What's up, YouTube? It's your boy G Money, aka the Echelon Don. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. And this is another episode of Sidewalk Talk. Today's topic is this car behind me following me? Now, I done had this happen to me a couple times. And a couple times I felt like I might have been actually being followed. But I did some things to either throw them off or make them decide to back off, you know what I'm saying, because they didn't know what my next move was going to be or what I was doing. Um, Sometimes you're in traffic or you could be in traffic and you've been you've been making some turns, you know, going down some side streets, going to different, different ways, making rights, making lefts, whatever the case may be. And all these damn turns you done made, you didn't notice now you all of a sudden you starting to notice the same cars behind you. And you're like, hold on now. It could be a coincidence that we could be going in the same direction, the same place. Or this motherfucker could be actually following me. So what I did was, we ended up at a red light. I'm not going to start looking all in the mirror heavy. Um I'm not going to drive faster. I'm not going to drive slower. I'm going to stay at the same pace that I've been because I don't want to alarm them or make them think that I'm aware of what's going on. Um I'm going at the same pace that I've been driving. But what I'm going to do is now I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to stop using my blinkers. So the next turn I get ready to make, when I get up to a side street, I'm just going to make that turn. It's a right hand turn. Now I didn't use no blinker, so I didn't give you the heads up on what I was about to do to give you the opportunity to start using your blinker. I just made a random turn. If you aggressively make that turn with me, you just gave up your whole, you know what I'm saying? You blew your cover. Cause there's no way that you've been behind me for all them different streets. And then I just made that random turn with no blinker, and then all of a sudden you're behind me like because you had to hurry up and make that same turn with me. So they're gonna have a decision to make: blow their cover and hurry up and make that aggressive turn with you, or they're gonna keep straight because now it's gonna be too obvious that they was following you. Another thing you could do, hey, if you don't have nothing on you and you really feel like scared for your life, have them follow you to a police station. Females, men too. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just leave it to females, men too. If you feel scared for your life, have them follow you to a police station. Drive them to a police station. Stop at a station, or if you see a nearby cop or something, um pull up, let them know, hey, I think I'm being followed. If you see a cop at a red light or something like that. Um, I've never had to do nothing like that, but for your life, if you think your life is on the line, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? One thing I wouldn't do is would take it lightly and bring them back to my house. I wouldn't go back to my home if I think I'm being followed. Um, Another thing I would do is if I don't use the turn without the blinker, I would if we gonna keep turning, they turning with me and everything. Um, then I might just randomly I might get a little ways up the street, and if I see them like trying to accelerate or something like that, I'm some I've done this. I don't know if this is the safest thing to do. It might not be the safest thing to do. But sometimes if a car been behind you for a amount of time and then all of a sudden, you know, you make a turn and they didn't make the turn yet, and then by the time they make the turn, they come up the street and they see that you pulled over, they might keep going by you. Well, most likely they're gonna keep going by you unless they plan on having a shootout. You know what I'm saying? Unless they plan on really shooting shit up and something like that, then you might be in a shootout. I don't know, but I've pulled over before when I thought a car was following me. I pulled right over real quick, like just did a real quick pullover, and the car just kept going. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they might not be following you. Sometimes the car just might just be coincidentally, y'all just might be going in the same direction that day. You know what I'm saying? But just to be on the safe side, you just want to do something to see the reaction of the other car to see just to make sure. You know what I'm saying? Because these days you never know. You just never know. If you getting followed on foot, like say you coming out of a store and your house is around the corner and you walking back home and there was a group of guys outside the store, and now all of a sudden now you came out the store, now all of a sudden the group of guys are walking behind you, try to get some space in between them walking. If you notice that they picking up their pace, you know to try to catch up with you, if you don't have nothing on you, I would get up out of there if they trying to pick up their pace to catch up with you. um Cross the street, go cross on the other side of the street. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay on the same side. You know what I'm saying? Just test shit out to see what's going on. If they cross the street with you, come across on your side, they might be on some shit. You know what I'm saying? You might want to try to get to your building as quick as you can if you ain't got nothing on you. And even if you got something on you, you want to get to your building as quick as you can. Because most likely one of them or if not all of them have something on them, and then you outgunned. You know what I'm saying? But you definitely want to like, do little look backs. Make sure you keep in contact with these motherfuckers and make sure that they not gaining up on you. If you see them start to jog or they speed walking, get up out of there, man. Get up out of there. Because it ain't nothing good coming out of that, especially at nighttime. You don't want them side streets where there ain't a lot of lights. Um, for real. Like, you just gotta pay attention to what's going on, the signs, what all of a sudden they start walking when you came out the store, you know what I mean? Then they crossing the street when you cross the street. Nah, that's not a good sign. You know what I'm saying? So just be alert, man. Everything is about being alert and paying attention, But like I said, the car situation, I think the best idea if you think you're getting followed, is to stop using your blinkers. Stop giving them the heads up on what you're about to do, so that you come up to that next light, or you come up to that red light, or you come up to that next street. They don't know that you're about to make that turn. They think you're going straight. You know what I'm saying? So they expecting to go straight with you, and then all of a sudden you just make a sharp right hand turn, and if they make that same aggressive turn with you, that's a good chance that they following you, because it was no reason for them to have to make that aggressive turn that you made if they wasn't following you. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't prepared for you to make that turn because you didn't use your blinker. So, that's some advice I would give you if you think you're being followed in the car. Also, like I said, don't be afraid that, if you're a female or if a male, I don't want to keep saying female like a man shouldn't do it either, but men, well, I don't know, me, I'm not picking up the phone to dial 911. If I think a car following me, I don't know. It's just if I don't know. Just I don't know. I feel funny doing that, but maybe you should though. If you really in fear for your life like that, pick up the phone and call 911 while you driving. Don't even pick up the phone. If you got the thing in your car where you can just hit the button on the steering wheel or something like that, where it don't show that you're making a call. If you could do that, that's even better. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't even know that you talking to the police on the phone. You be on the phone and letting them know that you're being followed, giving the description of the car, and tell them what street you on, what street you driving down, and then the police will end up in that area and be done pulled that car over, and they can figure out what's going on. You know, um, but that's the advice I can give you for being followed in a vehicle. That's the best advice I think I can give. Without saying just try to speed off or something like that and all that other stuff. I think if you really want to catch them off guard, really want to catch them and off guard or surprise them, I think not using your blinkers would be the best thing when you get ready to make your turns. Because if a car just keep turning with you and you not using blinkers, something funny about that, something weird about that. Because they not knowing where you're turning. It's just random turns being made. And why are you making all these random turns with me? That would be suspect to me. So that's my advice for if you're getting followed in a car or if you're getting followed on foot. Try to cross the street. Try to keep a good walking pace, but not like you're running. You don't want to alert them that you're trying to run and get away, but you want to have a good walking pace. Just keep distance between y'all two. Do not let them cut the distance. If you see them speed walking to catch up with you, or they get into a jog to catch up to you, then it's time to take action, man. You gotta do something. You gotta take off running for your life, or if you got it on you, hey, you might have to back out on them. And what I mean by back out on them is you might have to pull out on them, like, hey, back up. You know what I'm saying? You might have to, because that's your life on the line, man. But like I said, the best advice I would say would be cross the street. See if they cross the street with you. If they follow you crossing the street, then it's a good chance that they following you and they trying to run down on you. So that's just my little advice that I can give for certain situations. It's still a bad situation either way it go, but just to give you a little bit of a chance of knowing what's going on, or give yourself a little distance of time. That's the best advice I could give you for that. So this your boy G Money, aka the Echelon Don, and I'm my brother's keeper. Yes, I am. And this is another episode of Sidewalk Talk. I'm out.